heritage in sport.
Yeah, she's a precocious talent, is Cunningham. This is the French athlete, more of the American in a minute. Prisca Duvernay, French champion recently, 185 this year. And Duvernay pops over her opening height, very modest, 1m71. But again, get the points on the board early on if you want. You can always miss a height or two now, but get a height completed. It was a real shock, by the way, in Rabat on Friday when world #1 Maria Lasitskene of Russia was defeated for the first time in 2 years. She was third with 1m90, the same height as Morgan Lake, who was fifth down in Morocco 48 hours ago. But Lake, big talent. She and Cunningham, both enormous talents. This is the Pole, Paulina Boris. Yeah, 171. No trouble at all, and it shouldn't be. Lake is passing her first 3 heights of this competition. Cunningham is going to come in at 179 by the looks of things.
How do you decide, Tony, in a competition, what your opening height is going to be? When is that decision made?
Wow. In a competition like this, the first jump's for the team. Get the point on the board. That, for me, would be the instruction. Then after that, you know roughly how high you're going to come in from that point of view, but then it depends how your warm-up goes. You may just drift a little height higher or a little height lower. It's a confidence thing, and you're getting into your rhythm, because high jump is such a rhythm event.
And is it a surface thing as well? Are some surfaces more springy than others? Does that affect the run-ups that you have to keep adjusting?
It's interesting indoors to outdoors. The harder surfaces indoors, or you can have some of the surfaces like in Germany where a lot of people jump high. They're jumping on the gym floors with the kind of matting on top, and the gymnasium floors are sprung floors, so you get a bit more spring there, so really advantageous. You get these harder Mondo indoor surfaces. Again, they're different, so you will always tweak your run-up a little bit.
So early stages of this women's high jump, everybody so far over 1m71. Morgan Lake due to enter at 183. Cunningham at 1m79. But so far, as expected, everybody over the height of 1m71, including Grumman of Germany.
Well, very early. Point is vital. Here is Vashti Cunningham, her opening height. World indoor champion back in 2016 at the age of 18. She's such a talent. Yeah, no trouble at all for Vashti Cunningham, as you would expect. Comes from a very talented family. Her dad and coach, Randall Cunningham, was an award-winning American football quarterback who played for the Philadelphia Eagles, the Minnesota Vikings, the Dallas Cowboys and Baltimore Ravens. He was not one of those loyal fellows who stays with the club for a long time, was he? But he was a big name, and her brother, Randall Cunningham, is also a world-class high jumper, as we see now. The German, Josie Graumann. Yep, no trouble for her at 179, although she came in at 171, cleared that, then 175, cleared that, maintains a perfect card.
Could be a long high jump, this event, Tony. The men's was last night, victory, of course, for America in that one. But looking at the increments in terms of the height of the bar that's going to go up.
Yeah, we just saw there the opening height 171, then to 175, then to 179. The 4 centimetres, some small increments in there. What will have happened is there will have been a team meeting or meeting of the teams at the beginning, and they will have decided what the increments are. But there's a lot there, and it'll drag the competition on a little bit. I think they could have been a bit more, 5 centimetres from 71, 76, 81, which would have quickened up the competition a bit.
We just saw the French champion Prisca Duvernay go clear at 179. The second time of asking already. This bar height giving 1 or 2 athletes a challenge. Amongst them is the Pole Paulina Boris, her second attempt at 179. That's fine. Points on the board already for the Polish under-23 champion this year. She's only a 186 jumper, 183, 1m83 by the way, if you wanted in pounds, shillings and pence, is 6 foot, so 186.
So women's high jump entering the competition, Morgan Lake, 1m83. World Junior Championships in Eugene a couple of years ago, won the high jump and the heptathlon, concentrating now on the high jump event. And a first-time failure at 1 meter and 83.
I don't think that'll be a problem. I don't think we've seen this a lot from Morgan Lake. Early heights, she sat down for a bit, comes into them. Probably, I don't think she disrespects them, but maybe takes them a little more easily than she should. So she should clear that. That'll open the door. She's the better high jumper in this competition and should be the one that wins. But the card will be the critical thing. So if Vashti Cunningham here goes clear, she goes into #1, even though I think Morgan Lake will clear it on the next height. You've got to keep a clean card to win competitions.
So Vashti Cunningham then at 1 meter 83. First attempt, will she be the first athlete to go clear? Yes, no trouble at all. Tony, I thought Morgan got too close to the bar on that approach. Is that stride length getting wrong when the approach is like that? I thought she got right up under the bar too much.
You want to be close. You really do want to be close. The thing is the lean. As you sort of, if you imagine you're riding a bicycle around the corner, that you have to lean and keep that force you develop. What Morgan does have a tendency to do is fight that lean and stand up. Now that standing up takes her towards the bar, and then when she jumps, you go through it. So that's the thing. She, when we saw her jump 197 in Birmingham, she had a great runway, was really leaning, was jumping well, had really nailed it. So it's in there. I'm sure she'll bring that through.
So a failure from Graumann of Germany. First time failure at 1 meter and 83.
Well, let's go to this women's high jump, where Priska Duvernay has had one failure at 1 meter 83. Second attempt for the French. That's a nice clearance, yes. Can tell you that a couple of athletes have gone clear already, and at the first time of asking. Here, Morgan Lake, this is her second attempt. Remember, a not very convincing first attempt, but Tony Minicello here convinced she would nail it this time. And she does, makes it look so simple. Tony?
I'm just going to sit here and be smart. No, that was a very good attempt. I'm glad I predicted that, and it wasn't a kiss of death, as it were. No, good jump. Attacks it better. But again, that X against your name, you coming in a height later, you've now taken 2 jumps. Vashti Cunningham's now on.
They're big and they're strong, but they're just kind of solid rather than massive, aren't they? I'm talking of solid rather than massive. Morgan Lake. Now we've gone up to the new height here of 1 meter and 87.
That's a better jump. Attacked it over those last 3 strides. Much better, much more conviction there. Drives, leads in a little bit. You see that head rotate and go towards the bar. Wherever your head goes, the rest of your body's bound to follow. So just takes her towards that. Now, at some point when the bar goes up, that angle of that path of her is going to coincide with the bar. So needs to lean and stay away.
Here's Vashti Cunningham jumping a couple of athletes after Lake, and she pops over as well. Maintains that lead with her clean card. Those early failures like Morgan Lake had at 1 meter 83 can be so critical. Here's Duvernay, though, in a little bit of trouble.
I think for Duvernay here, we're getting up at the business end with the season's best of 185. So, yeah, really rotated into the bar and took it out, and she goes out.
Third failure there for the French Duvernay at 1 meter 87. She's first in the jumping order.
3, Morgan Lake, second attempt. You see she failed at 1 meter and 90, the dash meaning she's passed any more further attempts at that height. Failed once at 1 meter and 93. So those misses are carried over to this height. Morgan Lake then. Oh, there we go.
Much better. You saw the energy coming out of the back of the runway. The first 3 to 4 strides really set her up, gave her more speed. With the speed, you can convert that to lift. Well done. She stays in the competition.
Yeah, big jump for Lake there. Those two failures over those two heights, but Vashti Cunningham also second attempt at 1 meter and 93.
Yeah, Morgan Lake guaranteed second place to Verno France out long ago with third place, but Cunningham there goes clear. And that maintains a very, very good card for the American. Over at 193. Morgan Lake cleared it second time, remember, so the American on countback stays in the lead. Well, here is Morgan Lake, 1 meter 96 for the Briton then. Had a little hiccup at a couple of previous heights. So Morgan Lake needs this badly. Oh, it was so close. So close from the Briton. We know she cleared 197 at the UK Championships to take victory just a couple of weeks back. She will watch that surely. Morgan Lake, 196, one failure. And now she will watch Vashti Cunningham go at that same height. And Tony, I know you can give marks out of 10 for a high jump, but actually you have to have 10 out of 10. It's no good looking good in a near miss, is it?
No, she's just snatching at it, to be honest. She's not waiting and going vertical for long enough. Vashti Cunningham going over there.
And technically more sound?
Yeah, just she's been solid throughout the competition. She gets close, she goes up, she waits. But this is the experience of somebody who's jumped 199. She's, I mean, this represents season's best, so she's come here and she's producing form at the right time. So with one extra Briton in the pole vault, and we finished it with one less Briton than required in the 4x4. Really unfortunate, that. Really, really unfortunate.
So,
over now in the high jump, Morgan Lake.
Last attempt at 1 meter and 99. It wasn't to be today. It would have been a lifetime best for the British athlete. But she goes out. She failed 196 at the first time of asking pass because, of course, Vashti Cunningham had cleared that height. So went to 199 and had the two failures there. But here is Vashti Cunningham. She had the competition won. She passed at 2 meters and 1. Decided to play around with the height. You can see there, she said she's done. So a clearance at 1 meter and 96. And had a first time failure at 1 meter and 99.
Yeah, that's an interesting card.
Well, she went up to come down.
Well,